Political campaigning German style, but with food and drink going up over 4% in the last year, voters have less to celebrate. A spike in consumer prices, a hot issue in September's election, as it could be even now for the ECB.
Thus far, the German members of the ECB Governing Council have been prepared to support negative interest rates and the bond buying programme because of the absence of inflation. Now you're starting to see that come through. Will we start to see public divisions over whether the programme, the bond buying programme, will continue now through to December 2017?
But the data hides a paradox. Headline inflation at 2% is just above the ECB target, Germany's 2.2% rate even more so. Core inflation is still weak.
It's mainly base effects in energy and perhaps transitory items such as food prices which are driving up inflation, perhaps also some exchange rate moves between advanced economies and emerging economies. All of these will sooner or later unwind.
That perhaps an even bigger problem for Mario Draghi as he tries to boost a Eurozone recovery.
Core inflation in the Eurozone is stuck below 1%. There are no real signs that we're actually seeing wages and core inflation heading back to Mario Draghi's 2% target.
No decision to dial back QE likely then at next week's ECB rate-setting meeting, but a discussion of when it might become necessary seen as very much on the agenda.
All praise unto Yahweh, see me outside. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Ownership brothers will be pushing this truth and sincerity.
As it could be even now.
Just a quick video regarding what you're seeing before you. I'm not going to take too long with this one. Okay, so now you're seeing the thing of inflation going back up. See, we had it to where dudes were having the good old days since 2008. Guys were buying cars and houses and everybody was happy, everybody was drinking, everyone was smiling, okay? But see, the thing with economics is very much like history, okay? History and economics are pretty much one in one, okay? They're one and the same thing, okay? And what do I mean by that? Well, you had the situations leading up to the 2008 crash. Well, now you got it to where you got the same things happening, okay? Now they might, rebrand. Rebrand the mechanics or the mechanisms involved rather more, okay? But essentially it's the same issues and it's the same problems that you had before the 2008 crash, okay? So what does that mean to say from that statement that I've made that economics and history are one and the same thing? Well, there's an old thing, okay, an old saying that says when you study history, now ultimately you study the future, okay? So if you had a 2008 crash based upon what? People getting loans that they couldn't afford, okay? People getting houses that they couldn't afford, etc., etc., etc. No, student loans, all of that, okay? All right, people living above their means, essentially. If you had that in the past, then you're just going to have that in the future, okay? And if you remember anything about what happened out there in 2008, you had inflation, okay, which they were speaking about here, okay? Then you had joblessness. Then you had more and more of those things coming into fruition, people losing work, okay, people losing money. But see, the thing what's going to happen this time is this, okay? These elite banking families are going to let this whole economy crash, okay? And they need the whole economy to crash because why? Because people have become dependent on the state, okay, to provide them with jobs, to provide them with work, okay, to provide them with food, etc., 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 okay? And in so crashing the economy, they get to do one thing that they have been dying to do, okay, since the inception within their brain, okay, of that so-called New World Order. It was just to brand everybody with the RFID chip, man, okay? So when they see, politicians, this, that, and the third, talking about fixing the economy, anybody out there really fixing the economy, man, okay? You got to where Trump is saying he's going to do this, he's going to do that, and this, that, and the third. Where do you think he's getting that money from? Okay, he's borrowing that money. He's getting you further and further into debt. As far as I've seen, the American debt clock hasn't reverted. It keeps on increasing, man. Okay, and that's the same thing for the Eurozone. Why? Because all of these players, all of these individuals are all pawns, man. Okay, for the elite banking families, and elite banking families are out there, laughing because they think they're gonna inflict, okay, the hardest economic crash, okay, that's ever been felt on the face of the earth, and in so doing, they think they're gonna usher in their thing of a so-called New World Order, man. Okay, so pretty much, with that, you're seeing it. Okay, inflation out there within Europe now it's getting out there. okay, and they was talking about a means of quantitative easing, of which that just means you got more cash flow within the economic macrocosm, okay. But when you really understand what's going on is that the value of your money really devalues, which is the stupidest thing you could do, okay. And they was talking also of the thing of, okay, you know, it might be possible that the value of what we're getting, or rather more, we're getting inflation because of what? Because of trade wars. And them trade wars are another necessary mechanism to what? To the lead up of World War III, okay, which is all spoken about within the scriptures. So hopefully that was of our edification. Okay, I'm gonna say double honesty, apostles of GMS, honestly brothers that be pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom.